Here we have Killer, 1968 Mark 1 Jensen Interceptor with manual gear stick. Look at that. Very rare. We're just going to have a look around the car, we'll get it started, and then we'll have a little talk about the car. show you all round killer. The 1968 Mark 1 manual Jensen Interceptor with an original factory fitted 440 engine, bored out to a 493, which is 8.1 litres. We've got ram air sealed, which adds horsepower to the car. Box is quite high, bit of a talking point, but she's quite high because if you've got anything under 2 inches on ram air, it's not worth doing. It doesn't really have an effect. So we've got proper full of 100% ram air, louvers, and to stop the heat, we've got volcanic wrap on the pipes. We've got 2 extra side fans, one here, there's one tucked right under there. They blow hot air out the side grills when you're stationary. Stop heat melting the fiberglass bonnet, because you can get hot. We've got gold wrap, ceramic gold wrap up inside the scoop, all under the bonnet. We have an override switch for the main fan as well. She's extremely efficient on heat now, extremely, almost too good. So this car will do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds or under in first gear. She's got 4 manual gears. We'll have a look inside in a minute. So naturally aspirated, this engine is 850 horsepower. No turbos, no supercharger. Impossible, I hear you say. Not if you have one of the best engine builders on the planet, who is, we've got an engine plate here, Dave Milan, the one and only. If you can read that. There it is. There it is. Engine hand built by Dave Milan. Wonderful chap. We have the tyres. Huge tyres on the front with arches. They tried Big Bertha arches at the Jensen factory, so we've replicated that and used them. So anything on this car, we've only used what you could have done in the late 60s anyway. So these tyres are 14 inches wide with the bulge. They're massive, absolutely massive. We've got water methanol tank sticking out the top. If you have a look in the back, it's 26 litres, something like that. Water methanol system. We've got the nitrous bottle there. She's actually got 3 nitrous bottles. One here, one here, and one here. Fire extinguisher goes over here. I'm just working out the water methanol at the moment because we've had to mess with it a little bit. I'm taking it all back out again. Let's take this out. You can see behind there. There we go. Pump's actually sitting down in there like that. Got all the electrics. Cut off. There's the front of the car. Let's put that back in. True billionaire's car. Possible to replicate. It's going to make Jensen's very valuable. You might have seen someone called Richard Hammond recently got a Jensen Interceptor. He's doing it up with his mechanics. Well, no one has the skill to do this, including Mr. Hammond. Oh, we've got loads of noise up there. We've got planes flying around everywhere. Quite close to Goodwood here. So all the car people in the world that have told me this is an impossible challenge and it will never work, and I haven't done it, or we haven't done it, here it is. This car is, I don't own this car is owned by the Psi Lord, Archmage Ipsissimus, Tim Tony Stark Refat.
I've just bought it back for him. So this car, he bought this I think in 1983, and he designed this engine inside out. Great skill involved, incredible piece of art really, priceless to us. I don't think there's anyone in the world that could actually make another car like this, well, apart from us. So we're already making the second one. We're making the fastest 1970s car in the world. So this is actually the fastest 1960s car in the world. Like I said before, 850 horsepower, naturally aspirated, 2,800 horsepower with water, methanol and nitrous. There's no supercharged, no turbos in this at all. She will do over 200 miles an hour. If you change the diff, you could get over 300 miles an hour. No power steering, no help at all really, just the driver. Which brings me to her name. She's called Killer. That's the risk you take. If you want to drive her, that is the risk. Right, let's go and have a look inside. Name badge. Lovely original steering wheel. There's the view over the Ram S, not too bad. Water methanol sticking out the back. Seat belts, ashtray. Gear stick for the menu. Under here is where all the switches go. One of the things we haven't quite finished yet, we're getting a engineer coming down. It's all going to be walnut to match the front. All the extra switches will be put in for the methanol and the nitrous. These little pockets here. I always wondered what they were for, and I realised it's where you put the seat belts to keep the place looking tidy. Nice headliner. Oh, light's not fixed because the light stopped working, so I'm just trying to fix that. There you go. Most powerful 1960s car in the world. We also have, which we're building now, the fastest or most powerful 1970s car in the world, which is Killer Queen, sister car to this one. She will be around 750 horsepower, naturally aspirated, 2,000 horsepower with nitrous and water methanol. The engine in this is a Chrysler 440. The engine in the Interceptor Mark II again is the original engine. This one was taken back in '72 and they fitted a 440. The silver Jensen came with a 383, so we're going to keep the 383 in there, and we're boring that one out to 496. So it'll actually be a bigger engine size than this one. Like I say, she'll pull 2,000 horsepower. She'll be the fastest 1970s car in the world. She won't have the arches. She'll have to have a slight bubble on the middle of the bonnet because she's having twin carbs on the top, which is going to be pretty awesome.